Welcome back to Generation X Nation, everybody. First things first, I want to take the time to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm okay with negative comments. Trust me, I've had one or two, which is actually pretty good. Share the channel. Tell your friend about it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay. I normally don't do a lot of long videos like I used to. I've been doing my 3 minute wrap ups, especially with Basketball Wives, because this show don't have a lot going on. It's the same old Jackie and her daughter going back and forth, and Evelyn doing what she needs to do to keep it going, and Brandy being mean to everybody. But at the end of the day, this particular episode was pretty interesting, and there was a lot going on there. And I kind of wanted to get um, down to the nitty gritty of what I saw. Again, everything on my channel is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. My commentary is week to week based on what they give me on the television screen. I do understand that all shows are edited, so I may not be getting a complete story, but based on what they aired, I do my commentary off of that. Don't have a dog in this fight, don't particularly have a favorite character, but if you do something that I think is wrong, I'm going to say something. Even if I like you, if you do something that's right, I'm going to give you props on that too. And this particular episode, as you see, the four biggest players to me was Jackie, her daughter Chantel, Miss Denise, and Brittany. For some reason, it seemed everything was centered around Chantel, and then everybody else kind of fell under that. Chantel was deemed the queen of the show. The episode something was titled "The Queen is Here." All right, so I'm gonna give you a quick commentary. You may not like my opinion. Somebody told me I don't know what I'm talking about once. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm a woman of a particular age, in the words of Wendy Williams. Been here a minute, and ain't nothing I'm seeing on these screens I probably haven't seen, heard, or experienced before. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. As y'all can tell, the cast is divided into three groups of threes. You got Ming Lee, Ty, and Evelyn. They're sitting there talking about the whole Chantel, Denise, Brittany, and Jackie situation. And, Ming Lee threw the bone out about the girls are mad at you, Evelyn, because you was trying to get dirt on Jackie using Denise for information, all right, about Chantel. Then you got another group of people. You got Jackie, Jen, and Brandy, the more mature crowd who've been seasoned, been on the show a while. They understand how it go. They're sitting here having a conversation, and they let Jackie know that the girls are mad at Evelyn. Jackie feel a little way about that. She seemed a little excited that Evelyn has fell out of the graces of the young ladies, but she's still cautious. All right. Then you go to the third group of the show. That's the youngins, the millennial slash Gen Z chicks, the girls who grew up with social media and Instagram and the Facebook group. Okay, these ladies are sitting in the car. We all have, sitting in one of the ladies' houses, about how they have similarities in their life and how they get along. Brittany has similarities because her mother was, quote, toxic to her when she was a child. Denise has similarities because she has a baby by a basketball player. I believe that they're no longer together. Don't quote me on that. And then Chantel is going through custody battle with her baby's her baby father, the oldest one, and she has a new baby daddy that she's married to, which is fine. She has a husband with the second baby. Now, Chantel is definitely her mother's child, and I don't think she realizes that. When I see Chantel, I see Jackie. You're in the same situation as your mom. You have a child by a young man that you're having issues with, just like your mother has an issue with her older child. And then you're married to a basketball player, and your mother's married to a basketball player. Your mother really coddled you as a child. We seen you on a show years ago when you was younger, and treated you like Queen Chantel. And you, again, I'm not talking about people's children, but you have that same aspect with your son. You want him to be a child model and everything else. So y'all act just alike. And I don't think she looks in the mirror and sees that. I think she sees that she's different from her mom. I personally see she looks similar to Jackie, other than her complexion is a little lighter, and she has the same behavior. Um, she has the same behavior traits that I see in Jackie, characteristics. Just my opinion. Again, everything on my show is alleged in my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. So we're going to fast forward to this dinner in Hawaii because, like I said, I like to wrap these up real quick. Um, when they get to sit down at the dinner table, everybody's there except for at this moment is Chantel and Britt, who were the last to arrive. Now Britt is sitting in that car. She just keying. She can't wait till Chantel walk up in there and surprise everybody, particularly Jackie. She just want to see the look on Jackie's face when her daughter walks in there. See, that's a person who gets particular happiness out of making other people uncomfortable or miserable or what have you. Now you're sitting here with this habab on, jabab, or however you pronounce it. I may be saying it wrong. Please excuse me. Plan, I'm not saying plan. You are a Muslim woman and you said this is what you practice. Muslims are peaceful people. It's a peaceful religion. I don't know why you get so excitement out of the drama. That's why I'm not thinking she's 100% into it. She may just be doing it for whatever relationship that she's in. And if she's not, I apologize. But you should not be getting so much thrill out of seeing what may be a negative experience. You should be in there trying to create peace because the religion is based off of peace. It's a peaceful religion. They tell you that all the time. At least everybody I ever talked to who practiced Muslim. They walk in there, and as the show is titled, like I said, the queen comes in. Everybody's shocked. Jackie looks a little shocked, but she's like, hey, she's here. Let's just do it. She sits down. Chantel walks in with a negative energy. You could see the energy shift when she came in there. That's what they wanted, the element of surprise. Let me bring some drama to the table. So they sit down and immediately it starts. Brittany did try to apologize to Chantel about calling her a little girl or whatever. Chantel kind of accepted Brittany's apology. They kind of went back and forth. Then Chantel is telling her mom what she needs to apologize for by calling her impressionable. And that's when everything went left. So Denise decides she's going to tell Chantel after the Vegas trip, while she was sitting in that kitchen listening to Jackie try to explain what was going on with her daughter, that her mother said that she was an impressionable and easily manipulated. Now, if you see the clip rolled back, there was no malice in what Jackie was saying. She was trying to be genuine, and she never said impressionable from the clip. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head. She said, I just don't want people manipulating my daughter. But that's not how Denise took it back to Chantel. So Chantel is talking to her mom or the table, and then she goes to asks Brandy. I find it very strange, basically, how close she is to my mom, and how you consoled her when they were having that little issue at the dinner. And she said, I find it very strange because an hour before that, my mother was talking bad about you. And I think Chantel don't understand that these women already know who Jackie is. So that didn't really get the reaction she wanted to get out of Brandy. So then Jackie just says, look, Chantel, Nicole, I'm going to go ahead and excuse myself and y'all can have this conversation. Y'all can continue to talk. And Chantel didn't like that. She tried to portray this. See, this is what she do. This is what she does. She's about to walk away. Now, I get what Jackie was doing. To me, it seems like Jackie was like, I'm about to be triggered and you don't want to activate Jackie Christie. So let me remove myself. But Chantel kept trying to gaslight her, say, "This is what I'm talking about. You're running away. Why can't we discuss it right now?" Chantel, you know your mother. I don't know if you just wanted her to start arguing and fighting in front of everybody, but if Jackie was mature enough to get up and walk away before it got out of hand with her daughter, I gotta applaud her for that. But as soon as Jackie get up and leave and try to remove herself from the conversation, Chantel goes into once again, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Deflect, no accountability. She just has to get up and leave. Chantel, you know your mother. Once again, why do you think she's going to sit there and let you humiliate her in front of that group of people? That's not how Jackie Christie operates. And then you say you took it upon yourself to sit in front of these women and talk about me, and these women don't know me, but yet you sit in front of the niece and talk about your mother, and she don't know your mother. This is what I mean about Chantel is her mother's child. She's doing exactly what she claimed Jackie's doing, but she doesn't realize it. So Brandy goes out there and tries to talk Jackie down, but Jackie insists on leaving, which was fine. She should have left. And Brandy did make a point, as she said, this is a mother-daughter situation, and she don't understand why Chantel felt the need to blast Jackie out in front of all these people. Once again, Chantel, the same thing you're accusing Jackie of doing, deflection, and no accountability, you're doing the exact same in front of everybody. When Brandy sits down and asks her exactly what do you want from your mom, Chantel says, I would like to know why she called me impressionable. And she said, who told you that? And she looks over at Denise, and Denise said, well, I told her that because if somebody said that about me, I would want them to tell me. And this is what I'm talking about, Denise, the fire starter, the gaslighter, the shit starter. This ain't your business, Denise. It is not your business. And impressionable, Chantel, you a whole mom with two kids. Somebody calling you impressionable should not offend you that much. It really shouldn't. And Brandy was 100% right. She don't get involved in family drama, and this is a mother and daughter situation. She is trying to explain that to this group of young ladies. Denise and Brittany. But because of the generational differences and how we act toward each other, they don't get that. Brandy's 100% right. This ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Is it triggering? Yes. But you might want to stay out of it. It's okay to be there for your friend, but you don't need to be talking to Jackie and disrespecting that lady. That is her mom. I don't care if I'm mad as all outdoors at a friend of mine. I'm not going to disrespect their mom. Their mom have nothing to do with it. And Evelyn was correct when she said Denise is a bimbo. She was correct. She's repeating stuff. She's the one that repeated what Evelyn said about Chantel, trying to get some dirt on Chantel to the group. So they mad at Evelyn. You know, you're up here trying to cause some drama and gaslight stuff, Denise. She is right. I don't know if you're going to be on the show next season, but you better come there with a tough armor because them girls are going to come for you. They kind of let you slide a little bit, but I think Denise was out of line. Just my opinion. I believe she was out of line. She should have mind her business, and she seems to don't care. And once again, her, Brittany, and Chantel doesn't have no sense of self-awareness or accountability to what they're doing. And Brandy was 100% correct when she said you should not be inserting yourself into a mother and daughter situation and gaslighting it. They still don't get that. And then Brittany jumps up about the whole stay in your child place comment that Brandy made. You don't get to say that. You said, you made a comment about her staying in a child's place, whatever. And Brandy's still sitting there calmly. God knows you don't want to activate Brandy. Brandy done been fired and came back. Brandy don't care. She was the first person on that show that ever called Shawnee Henderson / O'Neill Henderson a bitch and still survived and came back. And now her and Shawnee are friends. So you got to be a little careful dealing with Brandy in that way, Brittany. Because Brandy she'll put in the work if need to. You know what I'm saying? Don't let Brandy clock in, because if she clock in, she ain't clocking out till she finish. But you jumping down her talking about you did this and that. Brandy acknowledged her issue. and she had apologized to Chantel about it, and they have moved on from that particular conversation. But they still try to gas Brandy up by telling her Jackie don't like her. Chantel sitting here telling everybody, y'all don't know what Jackie be saying about y'all. I don't like sitting in front of this table. But my mom is fake to people. And Brittany over there going off like, you started it. You did this and that. I know what it's like to have a toxic mom. And there is the issue I have with Brittany. All of that anger that you display calling yourself a Muslim, and I'm not taking away from your religion, trust and believe me, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I don't care if you're a Muslim, a Baptist, or whatever. But Muslim is a religion of peace. That much I know. And you're sitting there snapping and going off. You're sitting there gaslighting a situation that's already somewhat toxic. Why would you add to it? And that's all Brandy was saying. Stay out of it. The situation has got too far out of hand, and you and Denise need to pull back and let Jackie and her daughter work their issues out. But Britt can't do that, because when Britt see Jack, Britt see her mother. When Britt sees Chantel, Britt see herself. So you are deflecting the anger at your mom because you have said it over and over again. I got a toxic mom. I got a toxic mom. Well, Jackie ain't your mother, Britt. Newsflash. Jackie is not your mother. That anger you have for Jackie, go deflect that to your mom. Jackie didn't raise you. She didn't feed you. You didn't live on her roof. I understand it's a little cringy sitting there knowing that they have some problems and you can relate to them because you went through the same thing. But that's when you should be telling Jackie, hey, Jackie, my mother is very toxic. I had to live in a relationship like this. The last thing you want is for your daughter not to talk to you because I don't speak to my mother. You need to fix it. You should be encouraging that because you don't want your friend, because you keep saying, that's my real friend. You just met her on this show from what I can see, but that's my real friend. Well, if that's your real friend, you shouldn't want her to go through what you went through. So instead of screaming at her mother, maybe have a conversation with her mother. Maybe let her mother know what she's doing wrong because you couldn't get through to your mother. Maybe I can get through to Miss Jackie so she can make it better with Chantel. And then down the road, I can have that same conversation with my mom. Chantel and Jackie and allegedly the other daughter who they've been arguing with on social media, they probably all three knit together, and Doug and the son if necessary. They all need to get together and get to a therapist. That's why my 3-minute wrap up said get Ayala Van Zant out of retirement and fix this family because it is in pure chaos. Jackie and her daughter should not have a relationship like that. Denise, I don't know what's going on with you. Maybe you angry at the father of your child because he's maybe no longer with you. I don't know if y'all still together, whatever the case may be, but you need to go and fix that. And maybe you see the custody battle that she having and child support battle and all that crap she having with the first baby daddy. Maybe that reminds you of your situation. But for some reason, you and Brittany are going through some life experiences. And this is Denise and Brittany. Y'all are going through some life experiences that y'all have admitted to sitting on that couch, which is the same as what Chantel going through. And y'all are deflecting all of that anger that y'all are going through and holding in on the people who harmed you onto this situation between Chantel and Jackie. And y'all need to go fix y'all own problems. You know, Britt, I don't know what's going on with you and your mom, but you need to fix that with your mom and Denise, whatever's going on with you and your family, baby, daddy, whatever. You need to fix that because y'all both taking us, that anger y'all got, and y'all throwing it off on Jackie because Jackie remind you of your pain. Looking at Chantel reminds you of the pain that you're going through and you take it back on Jackie. No, go take it back on the people that harmed you. Brittany, you are way too passionate about Jackie and her daughter's relationship. Way too passionate about it. That tells me you need to fix what's going on with you and your mom. Because Jackie ain't your mother and you are way too deep into that relationship that has absolutely nothing to do with you. Should you care for your friend? Should you have conversations with your friend? Sure, who wouldn't? But for you to get that angry and that passionate, and every time you see Jackie, you just can't stand the sight of her, as your generation say, that's weird. Get some therapy. Fix your mommy issues. Fix it. Because Jackie's not your mother. Chantel, I don't know what Jackie did to you. We cannot attest to any of that. We was not in your house. We was not under your roof. We don't know what your dad's situation is, or your brother, or your other sister. But what I can say is she is your mother. She gave you life. And we know Jackie followed the bus around chasing after Doug doing the NBA. Maybe y'all were raised by another person, your grandmother or your a nanny or something. Maybe Jackie just wasn't attentive as she should be as a mom. But at the end of the day, that is your mom. And you have to figure out how to fix it. If she wasn't doing, I know mentally she was maybe destroying you, at least that's what you're saying, but I don't think there was no physical abuse. She may have neglected you. She may have said some things to you that were nasty, but you got to understand that people are a product of their environment. Go find out why your mom act that way. Find out where she comes from. Find out if her mother treated her that way. Find out what's her relationship with her father. Dig deep into your mother's past. She may not want to open up to you because the way you act. And I noticed during the whole show, you call her Jackie. Then you'll say, well, my mom did this. But Jackie, you don't even call her mom, mommy, mama, nothing. I find that weird. That's all I got to say. Brittany and Denise, I notice a different generation. This generation tend to not take accountability. They feel entitled. They don't see anything they do wrong, but they can have a whole list of everything you've done or harmed them about. You can say yes to them 99 times, but that one no means you're the worst person in the world. And this is me not judging, because once again, I go week by week what you give me on the screen. And what you gave me on the screen this week was disturbing. Chantel, was disturbing, Brittany, and was disturbing, Denise. Denise, you a messy heifer. And if y'all ain't noticing, don't tell Denise nothing, because she gonna repeat it. Denise ain't nobody's friend. Nobody. I wouldn't trust you with a 10-foot pole, Denise, because you've already proved if I tell you anything, you're gonna go back and tell. That's not what true friendship is about. It really isn't. So I hope Brittany gets the help she needs. Maybe Islam is a religion that will get her calm. I don't know. Some people say she ain't practicing no more. Some people say she was only doing it because she was dating a rapper. I'm not saying anybody's name because I ain't trying to get sued in these YouTube streets. But get some help, Brittany. And Chantel, Jackie, Doug, your brother, and your other sister, I just believe family therapy can help you guys so much, because it shouldn't be a place where you have been married for I don't know how many years, Chantel, 2 years or 3 years or whatever, and your mother still hasn't met your husband. That's a red flag all day. And with that being said, this is Generation X Nation. I appreciate once again every last one of my subscribers. Get my videos up. Give me more views, people. I do this out of passion and love. I don't ask you for money. I don't ask you to send me anything. I just ask you, just subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. Even if it's a negative comment, I'm okay with that. But just leave something. Okay? And with that, you guys go on and have a great rest of your day. Send all of my prayers and love to those young children and family and people down there in Kerrville, Texas, that were part of this flood. May God continue to help you heal and cover those families. It's not going to be an easy journey, but you'll get there one way or another. And this is Generation X Nation. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment. I appreciate it. You guys have a nice day. Peace, and I'm out.